Hello there. Looks like I have real issues with my camera, my setup here on this rant. I had an interesting, woke up to John Gambling and to the end of his program, which means I'm going to bed too late. Anyhow, he played John Gambling on WOR 710. He comes from, I guess he's the third generation on WOR. And he switched to WABC, but he finally went back to WOR. And he's a good guy. I mean, he's a real human being, and I think on whole, he is pretty courageous in his views. I don't agree with him on his stance on vaccinations, because ultimately that's going to be mandatory vaccinations, where we're treated like cattle for maximum production. And I didn't agree with him on that lady in Florida, which they withheld water until she died. And everybody was saying how wonderful a way it is to die. What you guys should do, if you are familiar with that situation down there, you should try not having water for a couple of days and see how you feel. All right. Essentially, your blood gets so thick that you can't pump it, and that's the reason why you die. Your heart can't pump molasses through your veins. But other than that, I think John Gambling is a real plus to America on the things he covers and the way he covers them. And God bless him. He ended his show today with some take from the 2001 Space Odyssey, where Hal's got this guy locked outside of the space station and he's killed off one of the crew members. And if you get a chance, I'll try to find the reference to it and put it here. But that was really makes you think about what's going on with this government. We do have a runaway Hal, that whatever is going on is taken over. Next to follow is Michael Gallagher, and he started talking about how the media manipulates the stories. In the case of the aircraft controllers, apparently everybody's falling asleep at the switch at the. This wasn't happening before, but now all of a sudden everybody's falling asleep at the switch at the aircraft controllers. Everybody's life's in danger, and as he pointed out, probably pilots, co-pilots have nodded off from time to time when they're flying on autopilot. And then he started talking about the Toyota quote fiasco, where these Toyotas were going crazy and running out of control and crashing and all that, and which brought me well, let's go back to WOR. On WABC 770 AM, there are ways to contact directly the various show hosts, 90% of them anyhow, and send them information and get them feedback. There's also posted telephone numbers to call into the show. On WOR, maybe it's me, I really couldn't find any numbers to call in on the main menu. I could not find any way really to directly contact with the hosts. You can send general comments, and hopefully it'll be delivered to them. So I think it's very, very strange that WOR 710 AM, 50,000 watts out of New York City, really doesn't encourage input. At least I can see. Maybe it's bad web design. Maybe I'm oblivious, but I can maneuver through WABC's website and contact the people there. Matter of fact, most of the people you can contact. So anyhow, getting back to the topic at hand on Michael Gallagher's show today, I really think he should look into, as a great example, is the Audi 5000, where these Audis were, running people over, pinning them against the garage and all kinds of stuff. And they had Bobby Unser take this car out, and at 80 miles an hour with full turbo boost, he was able to use the brakes and stop the car in a short period of time. If the foot is on the brake when you start, there's no way you can make the car go forward or backwards, even at full throttle. The brakes are, especially in the Audi, were probably the most powerful braking system ever existing. They had inboard brakes, which the caliper was not limited by the size of the wheel. I mean, the calipers are right next to the transaxle, and therefore they could be any massive size they want. And it was a great design. Had unsprung. Audi was a beautiful car. It's amazing though. I looked on eBay today, and Craigslist. I couldn't find one Audi 5000 still in existence for sale, which is very, very interesting. It's amazing how many cars have gone off the radar. So, anyhow, that's it. There's the end of my podcast.